Today I have a sous vide cooker.
It's you and I.
Basically, it's a water bath and you cook your food inside a kind of a vacuum seal bag. The reason we do that is so that the food can cook at a precise temperature. Most of the time I'm quite rubbish at cooking perfectly cooked steak. For example, it's either too cooked or undercooked. The cooking by touching it, like, feeling it like, which part of your palm to see that firmness to tell if it is cooked or not, never work for me. I just don't understand it. For those of you who know my channel, I only buy budgeted kind of stuff unless it's really necessary. I like to buy cheap product. Let me try this out so you guys don't have to. This is priced at $48.99, so less than £50. There are more expensive versions out there, almost like £100 to £150, but they have Wi-Fi function and other function which can connect to your phone to tell you when your food is done. Now, I don't need any of those. If you do like this product, you can purchase from the link below or just have a browse. Enough of me babbling around, so let's get on with the unboxing. In the front is a sous vide cooker, and it's quite simple. So it's like a submersive heater. So basically you submerge that into a bucket of water. It will constantly move the water around, and then it heats up to the correct temperature for you, and you just leave it there to cook. Now I choose this one because it's got a nice big display in the front, but more importantly, this is the cheapest I can find. And I bought it from Amazon so that if I don't like it or if there's anything wrong, I just return it back to Amazon. It's the actual cooker. Take it out. I always think these kind of things look a bit futuristic, but effectively all it is a heating element inside a metal canister, and there's little kind of a motor, I guess, inside there circulating the water around with a sensor. If it is too hot or too cold, obviously we'll switch on and off to keep your food at a correct temperature. And I forgot to mention, yes, I will cook it with, I'll cook salmon with it, I'll cook steak, and actually today I'm going to show you my dinner today with my family, which is steak and chips. And this will be the first time I'm using this machine, so please bear with me. The cooking style of sous vide basically is just control temperature cooking. That's what it is. But with oh my god, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, so throughout this video, this is the first time I'm using this machine, so do bear with me. Now this kind of cooking sous vide, like I said, is a French cooking method, and basically you just control the temperature precisely so that you don't overcook stuff. I did mention I'm going to cook beef tonight, but I also have planning to use it to cook fish, salmon, and I'm also planning to cook eggs. We have a machine which is supposed to go to the side of the pot. Now doesn't matter what pot you use, but obviously rookie error, you can tell that I haven't done this before. Now you can't use this pot because this is too shallow, it can't even stand up. So this is my first problem. Okay, so you put the water in there. There is a maximum, there's minimum, so it has to be at least that amount of water. Okay guys, when I say I have no clue about this, I'm serious. So I just did a search on the internet. There's loads of websites about these sous vide cooking, and I found a chart here which shows you how to cook with what temperature. So I got 3 pieces of fillet. Now I don't think the volume of food make any difference in terms of the cooking time, but what is important is set the correct temperature and leave it for the right amount of time. So I would like to have medium, but because I got family like young kids, so I'm going to cook it medium well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to 68 degrees, which shows you, I don't know if it shows on the screen. Oh, it does. So I'm going to set it to 68 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to leave it to about 1 to 3.5 hours. So I leave it to like maybe 1.5 hours or something like that. And I'm so newbie to this that I don't even know which bag I'm supposed to use. So I got some baking plastic bags. So I guess if they can go in the oven, they should be good enough for cooking like this. So I bought myself a very, very nice piece of fillet steak from our local butcher, because I believe that if we support our local businesses, then why not? We should. Okay, so first of all, we season the meat. So salt, pepper. I got some rosemary from the garden, but I think I added to the bag instead. 1 piece, 2 piece, and the 3rd piece. So 3 pieces of steak in there now. Don't know about you guys, but I love cooking meat with garlic. I do think they enhance the flavor of the meat and more enormously. Drop them roughly. Okay, now my rosemary plant is quite woody. So what I'll do is I'll need to use the tip. And that's it. That's all the preparation that I'm going to do. Add a bit of butter. And that's it. Now I'm going to prepare the water bath and put the meat inside. So I fill the water about halfway, the mark, and then I got the bag ready. I'm just going to do a bit more of the mixing in here. I'm sure once it heats up, everything will get mixed anyway, but I just like to do a bit of mixing. Now, because I don't know how often I'm going to use this, so I haven't bought myself a vacuum sealing pack. And I read a lot of tricks on the internet is that when you put the bag into the water, naturally the pressure will push all the air up into the top. So if you are careful enough, then there will be some kind of like very minimum amount of air inside. Now, if you have air inside the bag, it's not a big deal, but that means that there will be part of the food or the bag which is not touching the water. Therefore, you won't get an even cook, or that precision cooking might not work. Okay, so it switches on and it shows you your current temperature. Okay, so this is showing you the temperature. So it's saying that the current temperature of the water is 37.3, and the setting timer, I don't need timer, temperature at the moment is set at 25, and you turn this wheel to go up and down. So minimum is 20 and I need 68. So keep going, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and that's it. We clamp it back in to the pot. I have to say, this thing looks really, really futuristic. You got a nice blue LED here, a big screen display. But if it doesn't cook, it doesn't work. So that's why I'm showing you guys now. Okay, so what we're going to do is just press the play button here. If it works. Okay, so now I switched it on. And I can see the water kind of starting to swirl around. So the heating element in there should be heating up. Now, if you don't buy a purpose-built cooking pot for this kind of machine, you will find that you will not be able to cover, obviously. So it's not the end of the world. It just means that, you know, your room is going to be steaming up. So if I do use this a lot, I do plan to buy a purpose-built pot in the future, but you don't have to. I've got a bag here with the meat inside, and I'm going to lower it into the water. Let me change the angle again so you guys can see better. Get it closer to you. There we go. Now, like I say, as soon as the meat is inside the water, the pressure will squeeze the air out. I think this is it. I think we're gonna leave it there for God knows how many hours. I can see the meat is already starting to get cooked because the reddish color now is already changing into kind of a beige. Okay, so it has been cooking for about an hour. I'm going to take it out, dry the meat, and then pan fry it. Okay, turn it off. Alright, so I'm not going to throw away the juice because I'm planning to maybe make a gravy out of it later. I'll leave it here first. At this moment it doesn't really look very appetizing because it looks like a boiled piece of meat. So what we do is we dry it thoroughly and then we put it in the oil and pan, and the pan has to be hot so it will sear the outside of the meat. Okay, now we let it rest. I just want to cut it open to show you guys and see what is inside. So still pink inside, but no blood, seared on the outside. So for me, this is a perfect piece of steak.